start recording. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and screen share so that way you guys can see what I am talking about. Okay, so checkpoint 3. Let me go ahead and get this closed. So I'll just go into Mr. Wildcats. So checkpoint 3, I think we already kind of talked about what this is, but I do want it for the video. So checkpoint 3, brainstorming. So brainstorm solutions to your design problem. Okay, so the design problem that your checkpoint 1 is basically coming up with a bunch of problems. Checkpoint 2 is picking one of those problems and then making an actual like design or what you're going to do to fix this problem. Okay, and then this is how, think of a bunch of solutions. You guys need to be just blah, 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 blah. This should just be word vomit, all right? A bunch of different ideas. Don't delete anything. I'd like to see all your potential ideas, because if you pick one, okay, that I think you could pick a better one, I'd like to look up there and figure that out, okay? So try and shoot for about at least 5 different designs, and so you're going to have to talk about its strengths and its weaknesses, okay? So what is good about it? What does it do in terms of meeting those criteria and constraints? What is bad about it? Now, after you're done with that, you're gonna have to look at all those, which one of your designs is the best, okay? And this can kind of be a pros and cons list. You can either look and see which one has the most pros or which one has the least cons, or kind of some combination of the two. You can kind of do a ratio, all right? Then down here at the bottom, describe or paste a sketch of your initial prototype. So again, if you want to do a sketch and then put it in here, you can do that, or you can just describe it in a paragraph. You'll also need to talk about what materials you'd need, and then explain how this design helps to solve the design problem you identified. So how does your design solve the problem? Okay. Then going down here, this is essentially your action plan is just going to be kind of a procedure. All right, so talk about step 1, step 2, step 3. And I would like that in an itemized numerical list. Okay, describe the data you would collect as part of your plan. So what kind of data are you going to need to get? And then how would you use your data to refine improvements? So this isn't just like a normal science fair project or anything like that. You're essentially you're going to figure out what data you need to get. You're going to get that data, and then you're going to say, all right, now we know, we can identify where the weaknesses are in this. How are we going to fix it? Okay, so you're going to make that whole action plan. All right, does anybody have any questions about checkpoint 3? Okay, thank you guys. Katie, is that a yes or a no from you? Okay, cool, perfect. All right, so if there's no questions about checkpoint 3, we'll move on to checkpoint 4, okay? And checkpoint 4 is essentially, when you get that done, is going to be this final product right here, okay? So checkpoint 4, critiquing a peer's solution. You guys are going to need to work together with somebody, okay? So the name of your peer that you're giving feedback to, paste a link to their design problem, okay? So to their checkpoint 2, and paste a link to their checkpoint 3. I'm not really going to require that you do that, but you will need to give a critique of your person's work, okay? So you're going to have to go through. Use the rubrics that we've talked about, okay? Critique their design problem, all right? Critique how you think their action plan is. Do you think that they have enough steps in their procedure, okay? Think about their explanation to their solution, all right? Those 3 things, it's basically this, and this are what you have to do, okay? And don't be nice, all right? I mean, don't be super mean. Don't be like, oh, Larissa, that was garbage. You should just delete everything, okay? Try and give constructive criticism, kind of like how I would give you guys feedback. Leave, like, Some things that they did well was this, this, and this. Some things they could work on were this, this, and this. After looking at the rubric, I think they deserve a 3, okay? So that's what you're gonna need to do. If you get all of that done, you're essentially done with this final checkpoint, the critique of a peer's solution, okay? Does anybody have any questions about checkpoint 4? You will need to get in cahoots with some other person, okay? And if you guys are having trouble with that, I can help you set it up, but you'll need to let me know that you're having trouble getting a hold of somebody else's stuff, okay? All right. If there's no questions about checkpoint 4, we'll look at checkpoint 5. And checkpoint 5 is basically going to be this final product, okay? So when we look at checkpoint 5, this is after you've got everything, okay? You've got everything else done. Somebody's gone through, they've kind of tweaked your plan. I've tweaked your plan. It's as good as you're going to make it. Now you have to describe the refinements you've made on your prototype. So your checkpoint 2 or checkpoint 3, okay, those things where you have kind of made your design and how you're going to fix stuff, all right? Describe what changes you've made now that myself and another student has gone through and essentially edited your thing, okay? Then you're going to need to talk about how do these changes fix or improve your original design. So you're going to have to tell us why you think you changed these things, okay? Because again, if I tell you that you might want to do something, or if your partner tells you you might want to do something, those are just suggestions. This is your project in the end, all right? So you have to say why you made those changes, and then you're going to say why you kept the things you did from the beginning, all right? And then describing your idea, your refined ideas. What is the design problem you're trying to solve? How does your prototype work? How does your prototype meet the need of the problem? Why is this a good solution? Okay, so you'll just go through, boom, 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 figure those out, and then share your solution, okay? Here's some things, and you guys can get a little creative, okay? And these give you, you can click on all 3 of these things. You need to make some sort of multimedia product, but it isn't going to be a PowerPoint, okay? So you can make a website, you can make an infographic, or you can make a short video, okay? Probably I would think the video might be the easier of the 3 to do, but that's just me. And so your multimedia project should explain and illustrate the environmental plastics problem you selected, explain your how might we question, explain and illustrate your design and solution to address this problem, explain and illustrate your action plan to test the solution, and then any sources you cite, and then put a link down here to your product, okay? If you're having trouble with any of these, you can let me know. I kind of figure that by the end of next week, we should be pretty much done with this project, okay? Give or take like a day. Maybe it will be not necessarily next Thursday, maybe it's the Tuesday after that. But I kind of expect that we should be able to get, I mean, everybody should have checkpoint 2 done today. We're going for having checkpoint 3 done on Thursday. You guys will obviously need to get not together physically, but send each other, you know, information over email or something like that, and do checkpoint 4. I'd like to have probably shoot for having checkpoint 4 done on Tuesday, and then next Thursday having checkpoint 5 done. Okay, so that's my rough kind of idea of when this should be done. I'm not saying that's exactly how it's going to be, but that's kind of what I would envision here. Okay. So are there any questions that anybody has right now? And you can just unmute yourself if you want and say no or yes. And okay. If nobody has any questions, I'm going to go ahead